What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for another episode of Unpopular Opinions, this time the YouTube edition. I put on the community post a few days ago telling you to give us your unpopular opinions, and literally we've had over 600 unpopular opinions in response. So apologies if your unpopular opinion is not included in this episode or the next episode, but we had to be very selective with the ones we chose. But absolutely amazing response, so thank you all very much. Slav, you ready for this?
Yes, mate.
I know you love your unpopular opinions. Let's get stuck in with the first one from RJD, and he says Dennis Serkin will be a world beater at left back.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's only played 2 games.
Yeah,
so I don't know what people are judging that off.
Well, you said you think so. So what are you judging off?
I think he'll be. I never said world beater. I think he'll be a good left back, but he's 18 years old. I think we have to wait and see.
I think everyone just needs to put the pause on for a second.
I agree.
Let him play a competitive game at least.
Yeah. Definitely.
And then the jury's out until he's had a long run in the team, let's be honest. But let's move on from Yuki Yoshida. We've had some from him before, and he says Eric Dier is a better centre-back than Harry Maguire.
I think they're different centre-backs. Maguire probably more comfortable on the ball, probably a bigger threat in the air, you'd say. He's
only because he's got a big slab head.
Yeah, but so do I. So. I think Eric Dier is definitely more of a leader than Harry Maguire. I think they could actually be a good partnership. I don't know about better. I think they
have different qualities.
Yeah, different qualities as a centre back. What do you think?
I think it's a difficult one because I think Eric Dier's really shown what he's about at centre back like recently. It's not like a long-standing thing. I think he's done it in like the centre midfield. When you're comparing the two, I think probably Harry Maguire just edges it for now just because of Eric Dier's experience. I think maybe if Dier has like a long season at centre-back this season, maybe we can judge it more, but I don't think it's a fair judge just now.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Let's move on to Fergus, and he says, we are better than Chelsea in every position, in basically every position.
Is that with Werner, Ziyech?
It must be. It's got to be. You've got to put them in, surely. But let's look at it. Goalkeepers, we're better than them in goalkeepers.
Yeah,
right back. Doherty.
Now, yeah.
Doherty,
as of this
right
week,
back?
yeah. You Azpilicueta, Reece James.
You'd say Doherty's got to be. Yeah. Left back.
They've now got Ben Chilwell, who I actually think is very overrated.
He is overrated, but he's better than Ben Davis.
£50 million is.
But he's better than Ben Davis. Let's be honest.
Leicester have done a fantastic job getting £50 million.
He had a shocking second half of the season.
Yeah, he was awful. Going forward, I think he is a good left back. Defensively, he's poor.
But you would say he's better than Ben Davis. Let's be honest.
But he's not better than Dennis Serkin.
No, he's not. Centre backs, you would say probably Tottenham.
Yeah, they did bring in Thiago Silva, but he's about 40 now.
Yeah, so 36 years old. You don't know how he's going to acclimatise to the Premier League straight away.
So,
I would say Spurs got the better centre-backs.
Midfield? I'd say Kovacic over Højbjerg for me.
Kovacic over Højbjerg. Who's the other one that they got?
Kante.
Well, surely you've got to put Kante against Højbjerg and Kovacic against Lo Celso.
I like Kovacic.
Yeah, he's a good player. Really is he better than Lo Celso?
They're different though. They're very different. That's a tough one. What do you? I'd go Kovacic and Lo Celso.
Okay.
And then get rid of Kante and
attacking midfielders, left, right, centre.
Mason Mount.
Left.
Dele.
Heung-min Son gets in there. Well, it's going to be what? Heung-min Son against Werner. Who's going to play on the left for them?
Ziyech
will play centre.
Pulisic.
Ooh.
Son over Pulisic.
Yeah, you got to say Son over Pulisic.
Pulisic had a really good first season.
Yeah.
I think he'll be quality as the time goes on, but
as it stands, Son's a better player. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
On the right hand side, Bergwijn Bergwijn or Moura against who's their right? It was Willian. Who's it now? Ziyech. Well, remains to be seen because he hasn't played in the Premier League.
Yeah. And then obviously Dele or Mason Mount.
Dele.
And then Kane. Yeah.
Then Kane. So you would say actually
majority Tottenham, but a lot of the Chelsea players need some time to sort of play in the Premier League. I think maybe it's a question to go back to in December or so.
But as it stands, It's not a bad unpopular opinion, that.
No.
Because not a lot of fans in the Premier League would agree with that.
But then you say we've just said all of that. They did finish above us last season, and they did beat us twice.
Yeah.
So is it better? So are they better in every
but
position?
Also, a lot of the time, when we played them the second time, we literally had no players on the pitch.
True, but when we played them the first time...
When we played them the first time...
2-0.
Yeah, the game got completely ruined from Son being sent off.
Yeah, but were we in the game before that? We didn't...
We were, in the first half, we weren't in the game, but in the second half, I thought we were getting back in it, and as we were getting back in it, Son gets sent off, and it ruins the game for us.
Okay.
And it's a one-off game, you know, you can't tell what team's better off on a one-off game, let's be honest.
No, I agree, but then you look at where you finish in the table.
Yeah, you know, it was a terrible season for Spurs because of the injuries. I think if it wasn't for the injuries, we might have finished top 4. But anyway, next up, Rodney Trotter says, the days of Harry Redknapp was still our best and most enjoyable.
Yes and no. I think Harry Redknapp didn't get to a Champions League semi-final, 3-0 down.
Mm-hmm.
Poch
got us into the Champions League the first time ever. Had the flying wingers of Bale and Lennon on each side, Van der Vaart.
Yeah, I think it was...
Adebayor at his pomp.
I think it's difficult.
Ledley King.
I think
Mickey Dawes. Benoit Suakoto.
I love Poch. I don't know. Poch was... I think it's different because when Poch came in... Oh, I don't know.
I actually think the most exciting time to be a Spurs fan was the Martin Jol days. Because
I think that's an age thing.
I think he took us from complete shit. He took us from complete shit to like challenging. And but
I think, but I'm talking when you're watching a football game, you want to be entertained, and I was most entertained under Poch. I think those 2 seasons where I know we nearly won the league under Harry, and it all sort of went wrong with the England job.
We nearly won the league under Poch as well, probably more so under Poch.
But that last year at White Hart Lane was something else. Every single time we played a game, I thought we were just going to win 5-0.
Yeah.
Or no matter what happened, you knew we were going to get a result out of it.
Personally, I think in the Harry Redknapp team, you had a team there, but it was mostly individuals. Mm-hmm. I think in the Poch team, it was a shoot from 30 yards. It was
a unit.
It wasn't like
no
standout player because they all stood out.
The Redknapp team was you had Bale to shoot from 30 yards if you needed it, or the name of Van der Vaart, or the presence of Adebayor. But that Poch team was a unit, was a collective.
I agree with you. I think Poch's team was more enjoyable to watch and a better team.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take anything away from Harry Redknapp's team because that was a very enjoyable team as well. But anyway, Danish Mapper says we should sign Vestergaard from Southampton.
Should we just sign the whole Danish national to Kasper Schmeichel as well?
I'm just saying no straight
he's
out.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Next.
Football Heritage. He or she says we should have sold Dele after 16-17 season when his stock was high.
Well, his stock still is high. He's 23, 24? Yeah, but you wouldn't sell someone after having their best season ever. Why would you go, you've had a great season, so we're going to sell you?
It's more in like hindsight. But I completely disagree. I actually think Dele's going to have a good season.
Yeah, he looks sharp in pre-season.
And they've you've heard Dier and Mourinho talking about him, saying he looks sharp, excited to see this Dele back.
Great player.
So
I don't think his stock is low.
Yeah. No, I
still think he's a multi-million-pound footballer. So
I completely disagree with that. Yeah. What about you?
No, I disagree with that.
Next up, Charlie Batten. He says Mourinho is the best manager in the league.
Technically, if you judge it by trophies, you'd probably say him and Pep.
Pep, Klopp, probably top 3.
Yeah. What I will say, Jose gets called dinosaur, finish, this, that. Sir Alex Ferguson in his late 50s won his first Premier League title. Jose Mourinho's 56 now, 57. Yeah. So why does that mean he's finished? And also, I think watching the doc makes you think, he's not done.
I mean,
there's something different about him at Tottenham than there was. At Man United, he was in the hotel. He was unhappy, away from his family. He didn't feel welcome. And although he is an ex-Chelsea manager, I actually think the Spurs fans have sort of welcomed him in a way. I think he feels welcome at Spurs, probably more welcome than he would have thought he would be.
Yeah. I think it took a bit of time to get to that stage.
Yeah, and I think we've done. I think him and Levy actually go perfectly together somehow.
Do you think it's true what Levy said in the doc, saying there are 2 world-class managers, one's already at a Premier League club and the other one's Jose Mourinho?
Well, I think that's...
he was talking about Pep Guardiola, obviously.
Yeah, I think there are also a couple. I think that's disrespectful to Jurgen Klopp, who's just won the Premier League with a...
Obviously, that comment was made before Klopp won the Premier League, though.
Yeah, but also but that was after the Champions League final that they beat us in.
Yeah.
So I think it's disrespectful to a few. Carlo Ancelotti's, I think, is a great manager. Obviously, the Leipzig manager. There's managers all over the world.
You can't put Nagelsmann up there with them yet.
No, but you can put people like Zinedine Zidane, who's won multiple Champions League.
Yeah.
So I think there's quality managers all over Europe. But I do think Jose is one of the two best in the league, and I think we're quite lucky to have him. And that this could be a big season.
100%. And when you look at a lot of Spurs fans, the Jose out crew, or the guys that never wanted Jose in the first place, do you think that they're eating their words a bit after watching that documentary or the first 3 episodes?
Yeah, but you can't blame people for not wanting Jose. It's not, especially at the time, it's hard to let go of someone as close to the club as Poch, that was Tottenham through and through, to bring in Mourinho. But sometimes you've just got to sort of bite your tongue.
Yeah. And
I think we're actually very lucky to have him.
All right, let's move on. This name's going to be a bit of a tongue twister. It's Krishna Kumar Ganesan, and he says Diego Costa will bench Harry Kane.
What, do they? We don't play. They don't play for the same team.
If we were to sign him, obviously.
Probably not.
Obviously not. What do you mean? Probably not.
Yeah. No. Why would no. I think he'd be an okay signing.
I think he'd be a good signing. Playing Europa League and all that.
Would the dressing room be affected by Diego Costa?
I don't think so. I think Diego Costa will rough up feathers on the other side, not on our side.
Because he did have problems. Obviously, when he was at Chelsea, he did fight with a few of the players. But I don't think we'll sign Diego Costa anyway. I don't think that's the striker we'll get. So.
Do you think if we were to sign him, he's got the potential to bench Harry Kane?
Never say never, but
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
All right. Clem Fry says Kevin Wimmer was underrated as fuck. Really solid when Jan got injured in 15-16. The only reason why he looked bad in 16-17 was because he was thrown into big games and not really given a chance. Well, I mean, isn't being thrown into big games given a chance?
I sort of see it, but I think he was really good when he came in for Jan that period. Obviously, he was in the team when we won at City. He did really well when he came in, and I do think it's hard when you're given a run of games, like a good run of games. It's easy to get your form back on. But when you are thrown into a big game when you haven't played for 6 weeks or whatever it is difficult. I can tell you that as a fact. It is difficult. Yeah. You need to be sharp. You need to be match fit. I mean, it's tough when you don't play for 6 months and go and play Sunday League, let alone going to play in the Premier League. So I don't think he was in the end good enough for where we want to be, but I think he was a little bit underrated and didn't get as maybe as good of a chance as he should have. But I think it was clear that he wasn't up to the standard that we need.
I think that time,
if that makes sense.
But I think that period that he came and replaced Vertonghen when he was injured, I think obviously he did an absolutely amazing job. We hardly even missed Jan when he was out the side. But the following season, like he said, I think he was given his chances, and I don't think that he took the chances. And it also, when you look at where Kevin Wimmer's been after Tottenham, I think it tells the whole story, to be honest.
Maybe it's a confidence thing. I'm not sure.
Maybe. But yeah, that small period that he did come in, he was brilliant. But after that, I think for the rest of his career, never seen the heights of those performances. And maybe he was guided along a lot with Toby Alderweireld to the left of him or to the right of him, and also he had the CDMs of Wanyama and Dembele and all that to protect him a bit as well.
Maybe he just wasn't good enough.
Thomas Serovesk says Eric Lamela is the best dribbler in the league. He's not even the best dribbler at the club.
Change that to best ball roller.
He's not even the best dribbler at the club.
You can just go off the top of my head 10 players better than him. I mean,
Pulisic, Moura, Son,
Lucas, Bergwijn, Aguero, De Bruyne. I'd even go Nicolas Pepe, Rashford, Greenwood.
All right, so the answer is no, pretty much.
Mane, Sario, next.
Assad FBFN says we would have been top 4 if none of our players got injured last season.
And as we say a lot,
if my auntie had balls,
she'd be my uncle.
There you go.
Next.
Ben Ayu says Spurs will finish above Man City in second place. Lucas Moura will be pivotal.
We'll finish above Man City in first place. And Lucas Moura will not be pivotal.
Is there any legs to this one? Especially if Man City get Messi.
They're not getting Messi. I think they said he's going to stay today.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure. But I think, look, you never know. Why not?
Why not? I can think of many reasons why not.
So can I, but I can think of many reasons why. So
I don't know.
You're in a positive mood today.
Spurs will finish above Man City in second place. What are they saying? Liverpool going to win the league?
No. Yeah. No, we're going to win the league.
All right, let's just let me know in the comment section below. Are we going to finish second place and Man City finish third place with the riches Man City have and the amount of signings they're about to make? And they've already made signings like Ake and Torres from who was it, Valencia?
Yeah.
So I mean, and they're in talks to sign Messi. So I don't know about that one.
They're not in talks to sign Messi.
Yeah, they are. I mean, you're getting excited about the odds for Bale to sign for Tottenham. The odds for Messi to sign for Man City are less than that.
They're actually not as of today. No, but mate, they've come out today and said he's going to stay one more year. I think Messi. His dad said that.
Oh, really? I mean, his dad
And leave
came
for
out
free next year.
His dad came out yesterday and was like, "It's becoming increasingly hard for him to stay."
Messi's dad, can you please get your facts right?
All right, let's move on to the last but not least from Oliver Selby, and he says Kane is a better finisher than Lewandowski.
I think they're very similar. I think Lewandowski is a bit more agile. It looks more agile than Kane. Kane's a bit more of a bulky build.
Do you think Lewandowski gets more goals because of the team he's in and the service he's getting?
Yeah, I mean, look, when you've got players like Gnabry, Perisic, and you're going to have Leroy Sane, Alphonso Davies, Kimmich, who is one of the best players in the world, I think. Thiago, I mean, I can go on. Whereas if you've got Lucas Moura,
Heung-min Son,
Harry Winks.
Not you're going to mention Heung-min Son.
Yeah, you've got one good player,
Heung-min Son,
quality, one world beater.
Christian Eriksen.
He's gone.
Lucas Moura, Steven Bergwijn, Lo Celso.
Are you trying to compare us to Bayern Munich?
No, I'm not. We lost 7-2.
So
under Niko Kovac, not even.
I dread to think how many it would have been under Hansi Flick.
Yeah.
I think they're similar. I think they're both the best strikers in the world. I would love to see. I would actually love to see them to play together. Just as
if I had a gun to your head, and I asked, if I had a gun to your head and said to you, who's a better finisher, Harry Kane or Lewandowski?
Can I ask what's it based on?
2 seconds finishing.
No, as in this season alone.
I mean, just them as players generally.
I mean, Lewandowski scored like 50-something goals this season. You have to go with that.
But he was in the best team in Europe, though.
It swings around. I'd be able to answer better striker.
Who's that then?
You'd have to go Lewandowski. He's won the Champions League. He's scored 60 goals. He's the top scorer in the Champions League.
If Harry Kane was in that Bayern Munich team, do you think he gets the same amount of goals?
But he wasn't.
Yeah.
So I love Harry. But the thing with Lewandowski, he stays injury free.
That's the thing, yeah. Good point.
I'm going to go Lewandowski.
All right, you heard it here. Slav goes, he's throwing Kane under the bus. He's going Lewandowski.
No, I would. If you asked me who I'd rather have at my club, I don't know. I'd say Kane. Don't like this question.
Look, that is the first episode of the YouTube Unpopular Opinions. Put your comments in the comments section.
You've got to take your
below.
Tottenham glasses off for that.
Yeah, let me know of your thoughts regarding everything we've discussed today. Like, subscribe, comment, and as always, come on, Spurs.
We are Tottenham.